We're back.
What's up, Periscope? Time to do the Monty Show right now. The Monty Show. We are back. How the heck are you? That's Jake. I'm Monty.
What up, what up?
What up, what up? We got a big show for you as always on a Monday. But we should probably address the elephant in the room. First of all, what's up on YouTube? Great to see you. Appreciate you guys watching us on YouTube Live. What's up on Periscope? Great to see you as well. Appreciate that. You know, we've been gone a while. And I think we've been gone a while because we kind of needed a break. Is that the right way to say that?
It's fair. It's fair. It's fair.
I think we kind of needed a break. So we decided that we missed this song. It's never bad to have Big Boy. But I felt like we kind of needed a break. That's why we kind of stepped away from doing what we're doing.
And by the way, we did some things while we were gone. We moved, you know.
We did.
We got new jobs, and we did all this stuff. So now we've kind of settled down, and now we're back.
Yeah, so you might notice the large room that we're in right now. I would love not to be in a large room.
What do you mean?
I feel like there's a tremendous echo that we will have to address at some point. But my point is that things have changed for us. You know, we're still doing real estate. We're still flipping houses. If you watch us on YouTube, we appreciate the daily vlog views, and you see that that's what we're doing. But really, I mean, at the end of the day, this is still just talking sports. That's really what we are about. So without further ado, why don't we get into the National Football League? And I think everybody today, after the conference championship games, is definitely talking about Tom Brady. And is Tom Brady the GOAT? Is Tom Brady the greatest of all time?
How is he not? I mean, at this point, he's won so much. You play the game to win the game. And a lot of people yesterday and today really were saying that, yeah, the refs decided that game. And for me, I think the Jags didn't do enough to put him away. I mean, you can't go most of the second half without scoring. I mean, yeah, sure, they scored, but you didn't put the Pats away. Yeah. And once again, Tom Brady, we just knew. We were watching the game together, and you just knew from about 5 minutes left in the second quarter, we knew Tom Brady's winning this game. It's over. It will be another classic Tom Brady march him down the field win.
See, but I'm much more about talking about whether or not Tom Brady is the most clutch athlete of all time. Because I don't think there's any doubt that he is the most clutch athlete I've ever seen. And I'm a guy that is a Michael Jordan apologist, if you will. I mean, I grew up in Chicago. I love Michael Jordan. That's my dude.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're watching this, you could see Michael Jordan in the background behind me. I mean, like, I am a true Michael Jordan apologist. Yeah. I'll take Tom Brady when it comes to clutch, I'll take Tom Brady over Michael Jordan. And that's hard for me to say out loud because I am not a Patriots fan. But, man, I do love watching Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. And I think the point you made, the best point is that when they were down 3 and they scored that first touchdown, it was like you knew they were going to win.
It was over.
You knew it was over. And I think that's the most important thing to point out is that this game was over, man. There was no way that they weren't winning that game.
And I thought it was interesting, Ramsey, the fine defensive back for the Jags, talked all that junk before this game with the Patriots. Yes. And then it was very fitting in my eyes. Not that I'm a Pats fan, because I'm not. I'm a Bears fan. We're terrible. I get it. It's cool. But I thought it was I thought it was interesting that Jalen Ramsey got that pass interference penalty late in the game. And that took him all the way down the field. Spot foul. Everybody knows it. And you just knew from right there. That, to me, that was the linchpin for the game. It was over at that point.
Well, I'm not ready to say it was over at that point. What I'm ready to say is that it was over when Tom Brady got the ball. And I probably am a little too strong about it, but I just have so much respect for Tom Brady. And I have so much belief that when he gets the ball that it's over. Here's one other question, though, on Tom Terrific and the Patriots. Did the officials want Tom Brady and the Patriots to win that game? There's a lot of hardcore conspiracy theorists who will tell you that, yes, without a shadow of a doubt, the officials wanted Tom Brady and the Patriots to win that game. Do you believe that?
No, I don't believe that. I think it's easy to paint that picture when you see. There's a video going around Instagram and all the social media platforms of one of the refs kind of in the middle of all the Pats players, quote unquote, celebrating with the Patriots after a touchdown. And I don't really buy that. Yeah, sure, they had just scored, but for me, he was reaching for the ball, trying to get it, and kind of move the game along. I don't see him as jumping around like, yeah, we just scored a touchdown. That's not what it was.
I think it was way more the incident with Clete Blakeman, the official, that lead official, going up to Tom Brady and patting him on the chest once the game was over. And that's just not cool. Is it wrong for a guy like Blakeman to say, hey, great game, Tom Brady? Because I'm sure Clete Blakeman realizes that Tom Brady is doing something historic, something that we've probably never seen before. So is it wrong for an official to go up to Tom Brady and be like, hey, way to go, dude, you're the man?
It probably is in the moment. I don't think it's inappropriate after the season to maybe say, hey, I officiated, the championship game. I was on the field for that historic moment. Nice job. But in the game, like right after the game in midfield or, wherever they were, I just think it's probably inappropriate to be doing that.
I would say no. You should not be doing that.
Yeah.
When you look at these scandals in sports, Tim Donaghy, the disgraced NBA official. I mean, whoever you want to point to. Anytime an official is buddy-buddy with an athlete, it's a bad thing.
But let's flip the coin then. If Blake Bortles had won that game, what is everybody saying?
And probably nothing is what I would say. Because if the Jags win that game and Blake Bortles performs, I seriously doubt that anybody's going up to Blake Bortles and being like, dude, I'm honored to have officiated this game for you, Blake Bortles.
Yeah, but I think
Who's doing that?
But if you look back in the past couple of weeks, Blake Bortles has been in social media saying, he compared himself to Michael Jordan, your guy. And so I think if he would have won that game...
Well, jokingly, I think.
Jokingly, but still, I mean, the conversation was still had, Blake Bortles was essentially playing the best quarterback who's ever played in the NFL, right?
Yes, I would agree with that.
I would agree with that. So if he would have been able to take Tom Brady down, that's a huge moment in Blake Bortles' career. Not only is he going to get paid off of that game, in my opinion, I think the game wins like that matter.
Boy,
so
I think
he's
that's
going to get
difficult.
paid.
I think that's so difficult. I think anytime you beat Tom Brady, it's on your resume. It's on your resume.
As a young guy, if Aaron Rodgers beats Tom Brady, it's not as big a deal as Blake Bortles beating Tom Brady.
Okay, yeah. And Blake Bortles has largely been a bust.
Yeah.
That's the other part of this conversation. By the way, real quick, are you excited for an Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl? Does that excite you? It does. I got to tell you, I'm not a huge fan of either team. If Carson Wentz was playing, I would probably be more excited.
Yeah.
But I am not jumping up and down, dying to get Patriots and Eagles.
No, I mean, I think it's not grade A matchup, but it's not Patriots Giants, let's say. But I think it's a good matchup. Who are we kidding? It's a good matchup. Yeah, it's unfortunate Carson Wentz went out, but they still made it. Nick Foles is playing really well. And at this point, I just think it's what you got. So you're excited about it. For me personally, I'm more paying attention to Tom Brady's legacy than I am Nick Foles' performance. It's just that simple.
Sure, and I can see that, I guess. I think it's one of those things where, listen, you have to find a way, and this is just me. You have to find a way to make this game interesting. Because on the surface, I don't think Doug Peterson makes it interesting.
Right.
Nick Foles doesn't make it interesting. Jay Ajayi's not a household name. LeGarrette Blount's not a household name. Alshon. I mean, their defense is good. Carson Wentz is a guy who will bring people to the television set. Yeah. I don't see the Eagles as compelling. I know why I'm watching the Super Bowl, because Tom Brady's in it. And Tom Brady has a chance to make history again. I know that's why I'm watching the Super Bowl. I'm not sure that I'm watching because the Eagles are there. I'm not. And Eagles fans, I'm sorry if that upsets you, but I think that's just the reality of it.
But I think it is good for the NFL that the Eagles are winning again. I don't think there's any question about that. I think the Eagles are a massive franchise, and they haven't been Super Bowl good in quite some time. And so I think it's great for the NFL that they're back.
Are the Eagles in the Super Bowl? Is that good for the NFL?
I think it is. I mean, now, okay, not to delve into this conversation, but my point here is that you look at TV ratings being down for the division series or the division games. So it can only help that a franchise like the Eagles are back on top. I think it can't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that part of it. Okay, that I can give you. It cannot hurt.
Yeah, it can't hurt you.
But what if it was
the Vikings?
You see, there's a cool storyline there. Because that is, hey, we've never had, or I shouldn't say, I don't know if it's never, but in any recent time, we haven't had a home team host a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We haven't had the Vikings in Minnesota, and the Super Bowl's in Minnesota. So I don't know if that's what that looks like, dude. I don't know. I think it's probably better. I don't know, dude. It is what it is. I think, unfortunately, and again, I say unfortunately, I just don't think it's one of those things. Yes, the Eagles. Yes.
Right.
The Saints, had the Saints been in the Super Bowl, had it been Saints and Patriots, that would have been a hell of a lot more.
There were a lot of people saying Drew Brees couldn't play anymore, that he was done after this year. And I think pretty clearly he's not done.
Yeah, if you take that Diggs play away,
yeah,
somehow Marcus Williams misses him. You take that Diggs play away, man, this is a totally different different conversation. Real quick on Foles versus Wentz. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
With the way Nick Foles has played, and they've won, and they've gone to the Super Bowl without Carson Wentz, everybody's been talking about, does this degrade Carson Wentz as an MVP candidate? How does it not? How does it not? Because they've been fine without Carson Wentz. They've been fine. And the hard part for me is that, and look, I have a lot of respect for Carson Wentz, and I think what happened to him this year sucks. But they've been fine without him. Is that like the dirty, awful truth? Is that the Philadelphia Eagles have been fine? They haven't fallen apart. Hell, they're going to the Super Bowl. They've been fine without him.
But I don't know that it's necessarily about, when it comes to quarterbacks and justifying or legitimizing someone as an MVP, I think the conversation isn't whether you won or you lost while that person was out. It's how you won or how you lost. So if Carson Wentz hadn't been as dominant early in the season before the injury as he was, then
33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, a 102 rating.
Stupid stats, right? Like dominant stats.
32.96 yards, 62 or 60.2% completions.
So if he hadn't been that guy, and Foles steps in after the injury, and they still did this, then yeah, I mean he's not a legitimate MVP candidate. But they're winning, but they're not winning in the same fashion. And nobody is going to convince me that you feel as good about the Eagles with Foles as you did about Wentz. And to me, that's where it matters.
Hey, 3 minutes from now, we'll get to Jason Kidd being fired today by the Milwaukee Bucks, and we also got to talk about Clint Capella saying that the Rockets are better than the Dubs.
Oh, come on.
Here I thought hallucinogenic drugs were illegal in the NBA.
Come on.
But one other thing I want to get to: Eagles fans joined Bills fans after the game last night.
Okay.
I've never understood what was so cool about the Buffalo Bills fans throwing themselves through tables that were set on fire.
Do me a favor.
I've never understood that.
Do me a favor, all the viewers out there. Go on your iPhone 10, get on Instagram and follow the account Idiots Doing Dumb. Is it Idiots Getting Hurt, right? Idiots Getting Hurt?
It's something like that.
It's like Idiots Getting Hurt or something like that. That's what this Eagles fan did. He's taunting a subway train, right? Like they're celebrating, everything's going crazy, and he got the bright idea to follow the train down the platform. And suddenly, out of nowhere,
it's amazing.
Out of nowhere, a cement support post came into the picture, and that guy was flattened out. And just laid out. It was incredible.
It's
absolutely
amazing.
Incredible.
It's like I don't know, man. I think it's one of those things where I guess it's cool. Your video goes viral, and
was it worth the carnage?
No, it's not worth the carnage. No, it's not. Like I just don't I don't get it. I don't get it. I think that's the thing. I don't understand it.
Well, what did you do when the Cubs won the World Series?
Nothing. I sat on the couch and I was stunned. Right. I watched on the. I think you're an idiot if you go out and run yourself into a train post.
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah, if you throw yourself through a table in week 4 of the NFL season, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Am I being an old man? Am I being...
Get off my lawn?
Yeah, is that who I am right now? Saying that I don't understand why that's cool. Do you think it's cool? Would you do it?
I don't think it's cool. I think it's funny, and I'd watch it again for sure. I mean, we watched it for the show today, and it's still funny, you know, even from yesterday or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, sure, it's dumb, but I think a lot of people aren't going to these games to watch the actual game, and we all know that. A lot of people are going to the game because it's a sense of community, and you know, you have your beer and you play cornhole and all this stuff. You know, you have a bunch of fun, and what ends up happening is the Eagles win. They do the spread your wings, fly celebration. Yeah, we're lit. We get it. And then
we get it.
And then after the game, you're going home on the subway, and you decide to have a little meeting with a post in the subway. I mean, that's what happens.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. You know, I wish I did. I wish I understood what was so damn cool about hurting yourself. And I actually feel bad. I almost feel like I am a bad person, if you will, because I think that we're part of this problem, right? Like, I subscribe and I watch all these idiots on Instagram.
Right.
I do. I love watching these idiots on Instagram.
Because it's funny.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, I love it. But we're the ones who create them doing that. Do you realize that? We're the ones who are at fault for people running into train posts, for people nutting themselves on rails while skateboarding.
Dude, I can't take credit for that. All I can take credit for, I would say it's more fair to say that we are at fault for encouraging the person to take a video of the person doing that. The person's doing that on their own choice. You can't tell me somebody is running into a post to make a viral video. That's not what he was thinking when that happened. I mean, sure, people, you know, will do stupid things and think that it's going to go viral, and it doesn't. I just think the best videos just happen in the moment. And that guy was celebrating and way head over heels and ran into a post.
You seriously believe that?
Yeah.
I think so much of that is staged. I think so much of that is staged.
Stage that. He didn't
like these guys after games. There are so many of these people after games who will break their TV or break a TV. You know, they just get into it, and people are like, oh, he's just upset the Saints lost. He's upset that the Raiders lost or whoever lost.
Right.
Half of that is staged, and people are like, oh, show me more. Show me another idiot smashing his 60-inch TV. I want to see
one of those.
But I don't watch them anymore because I feel like they're fake.
Yeah.
I feel like they're fake to go viral. You know what I mean? Like that.
I think you're overthinking it. You're overthinking it.
I don't think so. How am I overthinking it?
Because I think a lot of those just happen in the moment. People are like, oh, this dude's going to ski off a roof. Let me record this. This is a nice
video. The ski off the roof guy, I at least have respect for the fact that you know you're getting jacked up. Okay, you're going to ski off that roof. Like skateboarders. I don't know why anybody skateboards because, frankly, it hurts.
Because it's fun. You don't see the fun side.
Well, I don't see the fun side when the guy goes Gordon Hayward trying to pull a 360 out. Right? Like, how many videos do we see of guys breaking their ankles?
Yeah, dude, I'm not disagreeing. All I'm saying is I would be videotaping that too because A, he's going to land it and it's going to be awesome and everything's going to be cool. Or B, he's going to snap his ankle in half and it's going to go viral. So it's a win-win. The
videos I don't watch are the guys freaking out after their team loses.
Yeah.
Because I think so many of those are fake. The skier, snowboarder, I love the account, you know, children getting hurt, where you can send videos of your kids getting hurt, doing simple things around the house. You can send videos of your kids
by a dog in the backyard.
Yeah, or a sledding accident, or your baby walking into a table, because that's always cool, right? So, no, that was not right. You're supposed to say no.
No.
But I love that account. Stupid people getting hurt. I love that account.
Yeah.
Send it. is a great account.
Send It's a great account.
Send It is a great account. That's why I love Instagram, because you can find any of that. All right, let's talk some NBA, because I really want to get into Donovan Mitchell versus Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
This is one of those discussions that I am, my brain hurts. My brain absolutely hurts. Like, I don't understand. I do not understand how people believe that Jason Tatum is the Rookie of the Year over Donovan Mitchell. And, oh, thankfully, Jake, you're one of those guys who believes that Jason Tatum should be the Rookie of the Year over Donovan Mitchell. Help me understand that.
Well, first of all, I think, a lot of this discussion is stats-based, and I will start the conversation off by saying, yeah, sure, Donovan Mitchell is a better pure scorer, better at getting his own bucket than Jason Tatum. Sure, I'll give you that. And I understand that, Donovan Mitchell plays in Utah on a Jazz team that is up and down at best, right? They're not very good this year. Last year they were a contender. Awesome. I understand that. But I think when you compare, start with where they play. Donovan Mitchell plays in a small market where there's not a lot of media pressure, there's not a lot of scrutiny, he doesn't have
Here we go.
I'm just telling you, it matters. It absolutely matters. Jason Tatum plays for the Celtics, a team that's going to the playoffs, a team that's going to see LeBron James in the playoffs. He is going to have to play against some of the best talent in the playoffs in a big moment. And that matters to me. And yeah, you do see both of them all over social media, on any of the different accounts, making great plays. And you can't tell me Jason Tatum is not going to get better playing with Kyrie. But on the flip side of that, sure, it is also a downgrade to him, because when Kyrie doesn't play, Jason is not as good. It's that simple.
Okay.
So Jason, he relies on Kyrie, but how can you fault him for that? Because it's Kyrie's team. That's like the argument that Kyrie relied on LeBron.
But Donovan Mitchell is a beast no matter who he's going against and who's on the floor with him.
Oh, and by the way, they're both playing off the ball most of the time too, so that's not part of the argument either.
No. Jason Tatum is not nearly as good without Kyrie Irving on the floor. He's proven that. Donovan Mitchell's a stud no matter who he's on the floor with. He's proven that. To me, Donovan Mitchell is making more of an impact on the NBA than Jason Tatum is. And it's cool that Jason Tatum has a bunch of videos where he's dropping dudes and breaking ankles. That's cool. I'll take Donovan Mitchell dunking on people, blocking people, shooting well, like doing everything you want him to do. Jason Tatum has to develop. I don't even think he's on Mitchell's level. I mean, as an all-around player, I think Donovan Mitchell's head and shoulders better. What do you love about Jason Tatum?
I love the fact that he's polished. You say he has to develop. I think both of these guys have to develop. Sure, Jason. I guess I don't understand where you're at with Jason Tatum, because I feel like Jason Tatum coming out of the draft was regarded as the best player. He's better than De'Aaron Fox. He's better than Josh Jackson. We've seen Josh Jackson a lot because we live in the market. He's not that great. He's not even close to Jason Tatum. I think Donovan Mitchell wasn't as hyped as Jason Tatum was, and Donovan Mitchell is as good or better than Jason Tatum. So I feel like it's very much a personal preference thing. For me, I just like that Jason Tatum is a polished scorer. Anywhere on the floor, doesn't matter. He can get it. He can get it.
I'm just telling you, as sure as I am sitting here, I am telling you that Donovan Mitchell, 5 years from now, is a linchpin of a franchise.
Donovan Mitchell is Damian Lillard 5 years from now. That's who Donovan Mitchell is. Size-wise.
You say that as though it's a bad thing.
Okay, well, tell me, Dame's playing in Portland. Dame is not an all-star every single year.
He should. Well, I would have to look. I think. What's wrong with Damian Lillard? If Damian Lillard goes to the Knicks,
all-star.
What happens to him?
All-star every year, and he's playing again.
So you're saying Damian Lillard being in Portland
kills him
because they miss the playoffs on occasion. He is a two-time All-Star. Well, maybe sure. Maybe notoriety is a problem. Maybe notoriety is a problem for Damian Lillard. So if he's a Knick, he's a superstar, is what you're saying.
Yeah. If he's playing in.
All right, that's interesting. Markets. I'll take that. That's interesting. I'm curious how do you fix that? That's probably from because I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell and I'm saying to myself, Donovan Mitchell's the guy I want. Like, I mean, that's the dude. Donovan Mitchell is,
Who are you going to pair him with?
by the way, hang on. If I had to draft them,
Yeah.
I'm still taking Jason Tatum. I said from beginning to end, I think Jason Tatum's the best player in this draft before they drafted. I thought it was him or Josh Jackson.
Right.
But Josh is on a terrible team.
And mentally, as the season's gone on, it seems like Josh Jackson just isn't quite where these other guys are at.
No, he's not. And coaching has something to do with that organization, infrastructure. Like the Suns are a terrible organization.
Yeah.
They struggle on a regular basis. But having said that, Donovan Mitchell with the Jazz, they're an interesting team. I mean, he's somebody that's putting up a ton of points a game. He's somebody that I think we haven't even gotten close to his ceiling yet. Well, I think Donovan Mitchell's upside is just incredible at this point.
For any of these guys, when we're having the quote-unquote discussion or argument about who's the better player, you can't measure upside at this point in their career. What I'm simply saying is that
really,
I don't think you can measure a guy's upside in his rookie year. Lonzo Ball, for example.
I know that Donovan Mitchell shoots 45% from three.
Yeah, but look at my point here is that look at Lonzo.
Or from the floor,
are you writing Lonzo Ball off? Is Lonzo Ball a guy where you're saying, I don't know that I regret drafting him because you're a Laker fan.
No, yeah, but I think that they're not the same team without Lonzo Ball. I wish they had taken Jason Tatum, or I wish they had taken a lot of other people over Lonzo Ball. But now that Lonzo's on that team, I think Lonzo Ball is a guy that really plays the way Luke Walton wants to play basketball. He gets up and down the floor.
And I think people weren't counting on that either because of his family situation. I don't think people realize what kind of a teammate Ball is and what kind of an offensive guy he really is.
His old man is killing him. And I don't like, you can put it how you want. I don't love saying that. But I think it's absolutely true. Like Lonzo Ball's father's hurting him. But I look at Donovan Mitchell, who again is shooting 45% from the floor, something like 34% from three. He's giving you 19 points a game. That's a guy I know that is going to get better, and those numbers are going to go up exponentially. He's probably going to add 10 points to that field goal percentage. He's probably going to be a 38-39% three-point shooter.
So what do you think points per game? What would you say you get to? 24, 25?
I think he could be... I think that I don't even think it's a stretch to say 28.
Yeah.
To be an elite scorer in the NBA, I think Donovan Mitchell has everything you need. He's smaller, so he's going to have to stay healthy. That's always going to be a battle for him. That's always going to be a grind.
And we have seen smaller guys struggle with that. I mean, the Derrick Roses, Isaiah Thomas has had this nagging hip thing. So
it's a tough way to make a living. No doubt about it. It's a tough way as a small guy to make a living. I also think that Jason Tatum's on a hell of a lot more accomplished team. So he's not going to score as much. I think he's 14 points a game.
And I think it's fair to point that out because when you play with Kyrie Irving, and I have a lot of trouble saying that he relies on Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving takes the ball and makes that his team.
Right, which makes everybody around him better.
Right.
It makes Marcus Smart better. I look at Tatum, and what do we know about Tatum versus Mitchell? Tatum's a much better shooter. He's a much smoother shooter. He's got a much more well-rounded game.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen that in volume yet.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest difference. I think they're both hell of a players.
Yeah.
But I think Donovan Mitchell's the better player. By the way, are you surprised at all by how this season's gone? Because I am actually really surprised how bad the Cavs are. And their desperation to go and get somebody.
It seems like they don't have any direction. I mean, yeah, they're desperate to go get somebody, but usually in the past season, the Cavs have been known for, I can't remember which month it is, but they go through a month each season where there's a drought. They go single-digit wins, double-digit losses every single year. There's one month where they just struggle. And then LeBron pulls them out of it, but that changed now because he doesn't have Kyrie. He's got Dwayne Wade, who's on his last leg in his career.
Sure. Yes.
So for me, when we talk about this season, I think the Cavs are just not the force they were. And so for me, there's no better year than this year for teams like the Raptors, for teams like the Wizards, even the Celtics without Hayward, who's said to be coming back this season. Well,
how about his wife? His wife put up a video of him. Robin put up a video of him shooting threes.
Yeah. Which
I think is fantastic. Now he's not jumping up in the air, but he's still shooting.
He's doing the free throw.
Yeah,
he's just kind of leaning up.
But he's doing basketball things.
Yeah.
Which I think is a great story.
Yeah, but so this is as good a year.
Boy, did that set a tone, by the way, on night one.
Yeah, no, it did. And I think from that play, from Gordon's injury forward, the NBA season changed because now you don't have the Cavs-Celtics rivalry at this point.
See, I totally disagree with that. Because who's the best team in the East? The Boston Celtics are the best team in the East right now. No. How about this? You know who's not the best team in the East? The Cleveland Cavaliers. Toronto or Cleveland? Tonight,
Toronto.
right now. Toronto in a 7-game series. Oh, I'm probably taking Cleveland.
Depends.
Right?
Yeah. It all depends.
Same thing with the Celtics and the Cavs. In a 7-game series, I'm taking the Celtics.
Yeah, but where are you at with the Wizards? Because I think the Wizards are just as capable of beating anybody.
They're hugely disappointing.
They're disappointing every year, though. And
John Wall's been hurt.
In a 7-game series, you're in trouble.
John Wall's been hurt. They, in my opinion, are a team that just has not defended. They go through lapses where they don't defend, and I think that the Washington Bullets and Wizards are a team that should be a hell of a lot better than they are. How about Milwaukee firing Jason Kidd today? I say amen. You're one game over 500.
They were that bad.
Nobody realizes they're that bad.
I didn't realize that they were that bad.
They're hanging on by a game over Detroit for the last spot in the East. And they went out and made a Bledsoe trade.
Yeah.
And you have the Greek Freak. And you're 8th in the East. You're behind Philly. You're behind Indiana. You're behind that Washington team. I think they're better than Washington.
Oh, I think they're better than pretty much every team except the Celtics and the Cavs, depending on how the Cavs play.
Maybe the surprise team in the East this year is the Miami Heat. The Heat are 27-19. They're in the 4th spot right now.
Yeah.
They could be the surprise team in the East. I don't think there's many surprises in the West, with the exception of the San Antonio Spurs. It came out today that Tony Parker's been benched. He'll no longer start. Greg Popovich apparently told him it's time.
It is.
Quote unquote, it's time. Pop said to Tony Parker, good move. But the real bombshell in San Antonio is that Kawhi Leonard today let it be known that he's really unhappy with the frickin' Spurs because they are not handling his rehab the way he wants to handle his own rehab. They say it's fractured. The relationship is not existent. They don't communicate. They're not on speaking terms.
Whose fault is that, though?
That's got to be the team's fault.
That's the team's fault.
Has to be the team's fault.
It's not Kawhi's fault.
Could you ever imagine a time where you allowed Kawhi Leonard to wear a different uniform?
Yeah, I could.
Wow.
I could.
Hell no.
Because I think this is a player-driven league.
No way.
This is a player-driven league.
No way.
It is.
You could see Kawhi Leonard in a different uniform.
Yes.
That's just not very Popovich. That's not very Popovich.
Well, it may not be Popovich, and I agree with you that it's not, but in today's NBA, it wouldn't surprise me that any player going to a different team would not surprise me on any level.
Yeah. Hey, look, man,
It would be
a
gross mishandling of the situation if that were to happen. But at the same time, yeah, I agree that Popovich will probably do everything that he can do to remedy the situation. But you don't annoy a guy like Kawhi Leonard and expect things to ever be the same when it comes to rehabbing an injury.
See, but I think that's part of the problem. We're worried about annoying Kawhi Leonard. They pay him tens of millions of dollars to rehab the way they tell him to. Is that not worth anything?
I mean, sure, it might be worth something, but the future of their organization is in his hands. If they want to win, he's got to be on the floor.
So he needs to do what they tell him to do.
He's got the power, though. At the end of the day, he's got the power, because who ends up driving the success of an organization? Like the Spurs. A good organization. The players. If you win championships, you drive that organization. What did Tim Duncan do for like 20 years? If you win, it's your organization. It's LeBron James. That's LeBron James' organization, right?
But is Kawhi Leonard LeBron James?
To the Spurs?
Oh, you're crazy.
You don't think he's got that kind of power with the Spurs? I'm not saying that Kawhi Leonard is as good as LeBron James. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that LeBron has that power over the Cavs just like Kawhi's got that power over the Spurs. I think it's very similar.
I think the only guy who had that kind of pull was Tim Duncan, and he's not there anymore. I don't think Kawhi Leonard has that kind of pull. I really don't. By the way, real quick.
Yeah.
We have to talk about the girther movement. We have to talk about
huge.
Now listen, Listen, if you don't know what...
I'm 6'7", you know that, right?
So the government's been shut down all weekend. No, we're not going to talk Dems versus Republicans.
Are you sure it's been shut down? Because
yes.
I may have missed that.
Yes. The government's back open, by the way. But the president recently had a physical.
Sure.
And
like a year-end checkup.
And the doctor says that he's 6'1", 238 pounds. And that the president is in perfect health. And I say if Donald Trump is 6'1", 238 pounds, so am I. I am, or 6'3", 238 pounds, excuse me. He says that the president is 6'3", 238 pounds. And I'd just like to say, hell no, he is not.
Come on.
No, you are not.
Come on, Don.
There is no chance that you are 6'3" or 238. He is 6'1".
He's huge.
Yeah, he's huge. Huge. He's 6 foot, and I would guess he's 260, 265.
Yeah, something like that.
You don't eat McDonald's every day.
And have like a 12-pack of Coke every day and think that doesn't...
And he chugs Diet Coke. It is constantly available to him.
Yeah. Well, he's the president. Anything's available to him.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So anyway, I bring this up to say girther movement has to be one of the best nicknames for something ever. I think NBC News, one of their guys came up with it. The girther movement is one of the greatest things ever. I mean, ever. I absolutely love girther movement. What's your favorite term
out of this administration?
Girther movement?
Girther movement's your favorite?
I think so. He said a lot of things, like the Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas thing, shithole countries. Namibia, yes. Namibia.
I believe he said Nimbia.
Whatever he said. He got that wrong. He said a lot of things that just are uncouth.
It's ridiculous.
But NBC coming up with girther movement is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. All right, we could not end this edition of the Monty Show without talking a little Premier League soccer, because how on earth did Liverpool drop points? Not drop points. They lost to Swansea today. And I know that this is me being a simpleton, and I know that I live in the United States, and so all of my UK friends always get on me when I do this on Twitter. That's a very Liverpool loss.
It is.
And that's why you don't transfer Coutinho in the middle of the season.
But look, aren't they that team, though? They're the team that loses games that they shouldn't lose, and they're the team that wins games they shouldn't win. Look back to the City win last year. They had no business winning that game, and somehow they pulled it off. And then... today, you lose this game, and you had an opportunity in the last 4 minutes of this match, and you headed it off the post.
Yeah. You had opportunities. Finish. Yeah. But here's the thing: you lose this match after because I am on Chelsea. I am the 12th guy. Every game, every match, I'm the 12th guy. We all know that. I've got my shirt on every week. Chelsea blew out Brighton over the weekend. So you knew you needed these 3 points to stay in the top 3, and they dropped them. And that's amazing to me. Not only did they drop them, but now they're 4 off on differential, which is not a good thing at all. They've got 8 draws. Now they've only got 3 losses, but they've got 8 draws, which means they've only got 13 wins. This was a bad Liverpool loss.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, enough Liverpool. Can we please talk some Chelsea football?
Yeah.
So, word has it that Chelsea are very close on a Dzeko Emerson deal that could send Batshuayi out to Roma and bring in Dzeko, the Premier League veteran, and Emerson, one of the premier backs in football, until he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
But he's back at full strength. I think this move, and what do we have? A week and a day left in the window in January? This move smacks of desperation. It's a $50 million move for Chelsea, and it tells you that our ability to finish up front has been massively compromised.
Yeah.
The ability not to score goals.
One guy, Verona.
Well, yeah.
How many chances are you going to miss?
Well, he has really struggled. Did not play against Brighton. It'll be interesting to see if he plays Wednesday against Arsenal. But you had a game this weekend where you had Hazard's getting the double.
Yeah.
You had Williams scoring a spectacular goal. Moses got in on the action. You win 4-0. It's another clean sheet. You have Courtois talking about walking out. You have Hazard talking yesterday saying that, hey, I have 2 years left on my deal.
Yeah.
We'll talk in the summer.
Yeah.
When both Courtois and Hazard have said, yeah, we're down to sign, and now all of a sudden they're both on hold. And Madrid is saying that they want Hazard to replace Ronaldo, who's supposedly out the door there. And now Chelsea have been slightly linked with Griezmann at Atletico, because now for some unknown reason, Jose Mourinho went out and brought Sanchez to United and paid him ungodly wages. Pogba's upset about that. Like, all of this crazy crap has happened over the last 2 days. And I'm just saying to myself, at what point do Chelsea take advantage of this? Because, yeah, the season may be gone, and, you know, the guys you're bringing in are cup-tied, and they're not going to help you in the Champions League either. But I look at the fact that you are just 3 off of United in second, and you're not catching City. They're up 15 right now. You're not catching City. But you have an opportunity now, because they went and spent all this money on Sanchez and gave him the number 7 shirt, by the way. I don't know how many people realize he's wearing the number 7 at United, which is crazy talk. Now you have an opportunity to kick the door open. How are Chelsea not going after Griezmann, who's exactly creativity, splendor, excitement in the midfield? Like, there's all kinds of opportunity there. And I hope this summer that they break the bank and do that. I hope this summer that Antonio Conte doesn't leave. My guess is that he's out already. And I hope that we don't lose Courtois and Hazard in the process. Because I know one thing, that as much of a volatile, emotional man as Antonio Conte is, he is a player's manager.
Yeah.
He always defends his guys. He had one real rift, and that was with Diego, and he's not here anymore. And they have paid the price for that rift. They have also won a championship. He's 1 for 1. And now they're sitting, what, 3rd in the table? Again, 3 off a second with United. But they're certainly not comfortable, because Liverpool, who knows what happens with Liverpool. But I know this. Drinkwater's not good enough.
Yeah.
Bakayoko has been a complete disaster for Chelsea. I mean, we need an infusion of talent in the next 8 days. And as much as I like what Dzeko used to be, I don't know that he's still that guy. Emerson's a guy who was a lightning fast player, has an ACL. Not sure he's that same guy in the back anymore. Is he a guy that moves up into the midfield? How long does Cesc Fabregas have? Because he's been a vital guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a very interesting time. And we're talking about this because teams like Tottenham suck as usual. Bag of Bones at Arsenal is still sitting on the bench managing that team to a disaster. They're 6th in 42 points. 5 points out of 4th. Like, Arsenal's not finishing top 4 this year.
No.
You know, and I look at a team like Leicester. To me, Leicester's one of the most dangerous teams. Riyad Mahrez is there to be taken. You know, like, I'm not interested in Jamie Vardy, and I know that Chelsea have been linked to Vardy for months, almost a year now. I'm more interested in Mahrez. I'll take Mahrez every day. It'll just be interesting to watch. A year from now, I think this Chelsea team are going to look remarkably different, and I don't know that it's going to be in a good way. Because if Hazard's in Spain, and Courtois in Spain, and Conte's back in Italy, and that's not a good thing.
Not good.
I beg you, Roman Abramovich, please keep my guy Antonio. That was one of the best things I've ever done. Is at the Rose Bowl last year against Liverpool, just singing Antonio's name was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I guess that's it. I guess the show's over.
Apparently.
We were supposed to do 20 minutes today, and we've done 44.
What do you mean?
We were supposed to do 20 minutes. There was a lot. It's easy. See, this is why we love doing this, because it's easy. What's up, YouTube? What's up? Thank you for watching us on YouTube Live. Thank you very much for watching us on Periscope Live. And thanks. Subscribe to us on YouTube, The Monty Show. And find us on SoundCloud. Also, The Monty Show. Talk to you tomorrow. What's up, YouTube? Hi. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for watching.
yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Um,
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.